Hello, my name is Earl Conlon. I'm a truck driver, a long-haul truck driver. I'm a father of 3 children that are grown and very smart kids. And I'm also the author of the novel, And the Trucks Quit Running. This is not about me trying to sell you books. This is about me trying to sell you. We need to hurry up and do something. Our nation is about to take a big dump. I can't just sit here and watch it happen. I need to do something. Well, I'm asking you, American people, right wing, left wing, liberal, conservative, anybody and everybody who believes in freedom, liberty, self-responsibility, self-reliance. If that's you, I'm talking to you. I need your help. I have a plan that's going to put this government of ours, state, local, and federal government, let's just say they're going to be scared if I can do what I'm trying to do. Here it is. You saw the million biker rally to Washington, D.C. I want to ask those bikers to come on back and do it again. I want to ask the farmers, come join us. I want to ask the Tea Party and the 912ers, all the constitutionalist people who believe in freedom and liberty, lesser government, who wants to fix this government, wants to stop these policemen all over the country breaking into people's houses and tasering the people and coming in without warrants and searching your car on the side of the road without a warrant and just totally wiping their feet on the Constitution. I want to make it so these people have no choice but to follow the Constitution. That ain't going to happen because right now their agenda, they're so close to their goal that pretty soon, especially with this war going on in Syria, it's going to become a war right here in America as well, because everybody knows that with Russia involved and China involved and Iran and North Korea and all these other countries, they're going to be coming out over here. And I don't know about you, but I want my children and my grandchildren and your children and grandchildren to grow up knowing freedom, to have the opportunity to succeed or fail depending on their own decisions. This country is about you and me making our own decisions, and our government, from the president's office all the way down to the local policemen, are supposed to be following the laws of the Constitution and abiding by the Bill of Rights given to us by God Himself. So, that's not happening anymore. They are absolutely ignoring our Constitution. They're indoctrinating our children. If we don't do something soon, we're going to lose it all. And I don't know about you, I like being in charge of my own life. I do not want to stand here and let my government go haywire. Now, the problem that I see is that, like gun laws, the only ones abiding by the gun laws are the law-abiding citizens. The criminals could give a shit what kind of law is out there. They're going to carry a gun and use it to rob you anytime they want. Well, the people in Washington, D.C., in your state capital, in your local and federal courts, they're all criminals, and they're all ignoring the constitutional laws that they're all supposed to be going by. So, in order to have a good, honest, law-abiding government, they have to be abiding by the laws of the Constitution. You've got the local laws, you got the state laws, you got the federal laws, and then you've got the United States Constitution. And all laws created after the creation of the Constitution are supposed to agree with the Constitution. If they do not agree with the Constitution, they are unconstitutional. Well, we have nothing but criminals, minus a few in D.C., maybe a couple here and there in state and local. But for the majority, they have infiltrated every level of government we have. I have a plan to stop this. But I want to do more than protest. Because so far, for the last 5-6 years, signing petitions, marching with cute little signs, and protesting, it ain't worked. Because they're not listening. They do not care what you, the individual, want. They don't care what we think. They want us to shut up and do as they say, because they're the authorities. But they've forgotten the fourth level of government. And that fourth level of government is we the people. We are the masters. They are the servants. They have forgotten that. And it's time for we the people to open our mouths and take action. Now, what I'm talking about, as a truck driver, and just like I talked about in my book, it's time for the truckers to unite. Not for fuel and rates and things that we've protested for in the past, but for our nation, for our freedom. And I want the bikers that just went to D.C., I want them to join us. And the farmers that are having problems with the EPA and the feds coming out and arresting them for not growing GMO food, I want them to join us too. Those manufacturers and those businesses all across the country who are having a problem hiring people and expanding because of the Obamacare, I want them to join us too. I want every walk of life to join the truckers. I want everybody that's joining us to flood into the city, and if you can't make it to D.C., I want this to happen in your state capital too. But the truckers, I want them to get on that 495 beltway around D.C. and 3 lanes deep, shut the city off. Nobody in, nobody out, until I get what I want. And what I want to stand on that Capitol, I want to talk to the proper people, and I want to demand the arrest for treason of Barack Obama, all his administration, Nancy Pelosi, John Boehner, Chuck Schumer, and so on. The list is huge. John McCain, he's too. He thinks he's better than us. In fact, he said at his own town hall meeting, knows that everything that these people are voting yes for, like this war in Syria, giving the Muslim Brotherhood billions of dollars a month and F-16 fighter jets and all this stuff, that's aiding and abetting the enemy. Going to Syria and fighting alongside of Al-Qaeda, that's aiding and abetting the enemy. We have a treasonous government, and it's time to take our government back. And it ain't never going to happen until you and I get off our asses and do what has to be done. Because it doesn't matter whether you and I live, it matters if our children and our grandchildren live, and live free. That's what matters. If you're worried about your home, or you're worried about your career, or you're worried about your paycheck, the way this government is going, the dollar is going to crash, the world's economies are attached to ours, and they're going to blame us, and we're going to have that World War III right here on the United States, and you ain't going to have anything you have. So you got to do something. You want to have it? You want to live? It's never going to go back to the way it was. It's time for you to do something. Join me, and I'm asking all truckers, join me. Let's shut that city down until our demands are met. Thank you. God bless America.